Hi everyone, Quantum Leap Review. I did the last two as one thing, but I lost it. So this is like take two. So, but first we have to do the out season 2, episode 11, The Outsider. And then we'll talk about the end in a different video. Because I'm not feeling up to that today. Doing multiple takes. You understand. What I would like to say about the end that starts this video, they want to push the catchphrase that courage is a choice, but I agree with what they say in this episode more. You have to do the work. What Ben says in this episode more. You have to do the work. Because, yes, courage is a choice, but if you're not willing to do the work, yeah, you end up with billions of lawsuits and living in the darkest timeline. This one focuses on like a company that calls themselves Herbacare. And Ben's a news reporter, or more specifically, he's a cameraman. He works for something that's kind of like WXYZ down here, or in where I live. They're a local news station, but this Connie Davis that he's the cameraman for is like a big news reporter. Addison even compares her to Barbara Walters at one point. You find out that something tragic happened in her past. I'm not going to give away what that is, but she had every right to step away for her mental health. And at first it bothers Ben that this woman is just doing pumpkins. But like I said, it all ties back to Herbacare. And if they ever revisit this again, he'll happily see Connie. It won't just be, oh, and there was something I leaped into. It won't be like The Exorcist 1, or, although I like The Exorcist 1, but, or The Witch 1. There you go. Where most of the characters are forgettable. No, Connie Davis actually has values and rules she lives by. And she's constantly expressing these rules to Ben. So when Ben discovers that the two stories are connected, the one he got a tip for in the very beginning with Herbicare. And the pumpkin story, he happily does something about it. You can kind of see Ben's kind of leery, like he's learned through these leaps to look for clues in the very beginning, because the farmer's wife, the pumpkin farmer's wife, has a cough. And you can see Ben picks up on that right away. What took Sam like a few seasons to be at that level only took Ben what, 2, 3 seasons tops. It's season 2, but it they don't end it right away. But we'll get there when we get there. His boss, his temporary boss, offers the farmer and his wife the best doctors. She cares about what these little people do. She cares about them. And it was because she cares that she stopped doing it originally. Like I mentioned, it starts with Ben getting a tip. You find out the tip is the Herbicare's founder's brother. He knew that it endangered these people. They compare it to a deep throat. Deep throat, for all those of you who aren't in the US, was what they called the tip from Watergate. That was their anonymous source. We find out that Addison's would have went into journalism, that she would have done something meaningful even if she didn't end up joining Quantum Leap. Ben even says, well, how come I didn't know you wanted to be a journalist? So, yeah, it was nice to see there were still secrets we don't know as the audience. Herbicare is obviously like Roundup. As a man who watches a lot of TV in the daytime, I don't know if you get these ads in the wider world, but here where we live, there's a lot of ads for Roundup lawyer, like lawsuit type deal. And it kind of made me happy that Quantum Leap lives in a better world than we do, where there were no people that blew the whistle beforehand, to my knowledge. It wasn't like Quantum Leap, where the founder's brother, it didn't sit right with him, despite him knowing that his brother had a goon, and enough to the point where this man fakes his death just to get away from his brother, which he knows could make people disappear. By which I took to mean die. So, yeah, his boss is really, really smart. She traced the call in the phone booth that Ben Leaps from to just the offices of the Roundup place. It's like, yeah, this lady wasn't willing to take no for an answer. I hope we get to see this character again. That's how much I like her. She kind of reminded me of Carver Coleman from the DC Comics, where he might have been a stand-in for a real person, but get down, get down, get down. Sorry. Yeah, I um there was this whole subplot with Ian and Magic and Jen now being the head of Quantum Leap that I think you all will really enjoy. But everything ties together in this episode in a really nice, meaningful way. If we end up revisiting any of these, this is definitely in my top 3 for right now from this season. I've watched it now at least 3 times. I really want to spoil for you, but I'm not going to. Why Connie Davis stopped working for the New York News? Why she ended up working for her not so bright boss. But I won't. I'd like to end this review by saying it's okay to feel how you feel. about this show. But if you do think that this isn't going to get a season 3, imagine more episodes like this. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Pop out before I say anything further.